This is gonna be a late night, uh, not late night, but testimony for the night. I tried to wait till the morning, but I think with the amount of manipulation they do, I feel like I had to say at least one little thing, and the rest probably be talking about it tomorrow. I'm listening to these people, using all the menacing voice because they're gonna frame me in this disgusting fashions, right? Either they're gonna play child porn or they're gonna say something about somebody, most likely a kid. But you hear this person just say it's rape, it's it, and they know at this point that I know the horrible things that apply onto women and children. So as they try to live the fantasy, I'm not giving them that fantasy. And so I know this is going to be something they're going to try to compensate by torturing me even more because they wanted to sound like that. You did this and that, and you hear the testimony, which I know these people are involved in, which I know they're part of this program that torture women and do horrible things, including just torment them till they kill themselves, right? And they just respond that by being mean, right? Try to minimize the nastiness and the trashiness that they are really truly are. On top of that, trying to cover yourself as somebody who's avenging. Yeah, so that's why they don't want to be seen anymore because as you see some of my pictures on my videos, you'll see some women's faces, legs, their faces and the way they look like because as they try to delude themselves in this fantasy. I know what they do to women. These people, the same people, this woman come here will be destroyed the same way I'm being destroyed. Maybe I'll get destroyed more because I keep bringing that up. Because some of these people truly are, when they're done with this, they go into like the real world and become this like activist, progressive. But they come back here in a program that does so much horrible things to people, women, children. It's disgusting. That's why I'm not gonna give them that fantasy. And then they're like, oh, and then I die. Then you'll die. You'll die have working for a program that's done so much disgusting things to the most vulnerable. A lot of women, a lot of children, and I'll guarantee you, a lot of your colleagues right now doing this to me have done this to women and children. Now, I'm not gonna let you block out this reality. Their job right now is to counter reality. Their job is to counter real world. Is to live in this fantasy they've built for themselves and want to sell it to me. No, I'm not gonna do that with the amount of testimonies I've been listening to. I can't let you leave that fantasy. And they try to sound even more mean, like this. They said the name with a as if I don't have like 100 names I can pull up of women. They live in a deluded world, and so I only know that the torture I'm going to experience is going to be bad, but man, I could have lived their life. And on top of that, they know who put me in this program, and I will never let them live the fantasy. They try to go into different fashion of creating this different fantasy. There are those women talks about, those target individuals. When they say there's a lot of female doing this, those are the type of females they're talking about. Trash, and they keep trying to go into their manipulations and the pedophilia things. That's all they do. They think the more they say it, of course, well, it's true that that's how brainwash works. You continuously repetitive, non-stop, day in and day out, implant, manipulate, and the target is supposed to accept and subscribe to this persona, and I'm not subscribing at all, 0%. But I'm still experiencing all the nastiness. 0% of it, I'm subscribing to it. This is coming from people who've renowned for the pedophilia type of torture, renowned to have a lot of pedophiles in in those agencies, been doing things systematically. And you think because you say black girls, no, so then I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, black girls, it's me. Oh, it's oh, me when I'm a kid. No, that's not how it works. You're gonna live in the real world. Now they're like, oh, they believe it. We're gonna show that to people. They're gonna believe. Listen, if somebody says you do the pedophilia type of torture, what does it mean? Is me being a con? Is it, when they say almost all target individuals are forced to see child porn in their mind, does it not mean that there's a little bit of pedophilia type of tormenting you guys have done to people? And when I mean a little bit, I'm just lying. It's not a little bit. It means that almost everybody that deal with this V2K is forced to have this pedophilia type of torture. When you have a woman, a trans woman who says that they force her to think in these pedophilia ways, is it just a coincidence, or you guys are different? You understand? And so you think black girls was gonna be like, oh, you're right, you researchers. So I know I'm never gonna subscribe to it. In my mind, they try to find ways to go back and forth and try to create this BS. No, you are forcing me to experience these disgusting things I'm experiencing. And when I talk to this, like when I'm on the right now, I'm speaking, I am interacting with perps that are surrounding me, using the V2K and using this V2K technology to try to talk, interrupt me from making these videos. They go into different ways to disorient me. They talk about how I'm going to be raped, how they're going to frame me, and how it won't come back to them, right? Thinking that's how the so yes, they're going to frame me. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, I'm going to be tortured. Coming back to them is probably even some of them probably have already experienced that. So to all my target individual, um, it's disgusting what I have to deal with. Everything I look at, every moment. I mean, I just gonna give you a quick sample of just what happened in the last. It's just nonstop. They're really just trying to make me accept these pedophilia things. It's nonstop, and what I notice is for some reason they think that I'm trying to convince people. I don't. I know people know. There's no convincing. There's no convincing needed. It's I'm so validated that it will take a level of retardation, and sorry for the language, a spectrum like thinking to think that he is just naturally having this. That I should we should all just not all this testimony about how they manipulate the thoughts, to the pedophilia type of thoughts, how they manipulate people in these disturbing pedophilia ways, like to this level. But him, no, they just matched it to when I was a child. Now you understand their job is to make me accept these things. And they're using a lot of acting methods, tactics to try to go in. And of course I know when I'm speaking, they're gonna do something to my speech. They're obviously trying to manipulate me to the nth degree. So there's gonna be some linguistic issues at some point. That's why I'm recording these things. And in my mind it's been completely ravaged in of my illogicalness. They try to, so even now I'm close to 100 videos now. Do you know they're still trying to make me believe that these pedophilia things are just organically happening? They just know me and this is me after 100 videos in, or close to it, since making video in 2020, saying that they think now I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what, you're right. No, you're forcing me to have these pedophilia ways of thinking. You and you're trying to validate yourself by saying something about me as a child when I'm in my 30s. It's as illogical as it gets. But of course, I've been validated that this is something they do. They're very systematic, and they've been systematically doing this thing to others too. I just want to say one thing before I go to bed. Uh, like I said, I know that me speaking in the long term, not even long term, but they're gonna m- mess with me. Like my language is not gonna be. I won't be able to express myself as much as as I can now, and because they're probably finding ways to just they're gonna mess with me up, completely change my speaking. They specialize in hacking, right? They hack your brain, they hack your thoughts, they hack your everything, right? And they manipulate it. And so I know what's left is just me talking, and so they're gonna do their thing and they're gonna make it hard for me to speak. In my mind, they're having this weird battle. It's like, oh, but you see, we just analyze how you think. No, 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 no. They've been manipulating my thoughts since day one. Now it's my speech. So, and they've been already doing some forced speech, but I think he's gonna be to another extreme now. Um, what I'm gonna show is it's the typical things. These people, like I said, I showed you a samples of like these people are very pedophilia centric, right? But as even they try to create this facade, I've shown you that these people, it seems like there's been always a way to bring reality to them. As they've make me have this disturbing, they say this thing, oh, you like teenagers. Like this is what I'm going for. That's what I like. So what they've done is like making me be stimulated toward children of all age, right? Babies to just older kids. And this is nasty, you know. It's the thing that they do to me, but they're trying to find validation. But like, yeah, remember 2014? Remember you followed this? Like, it's trying to piece things together to make you subscribe to these things. While these people can't even speak about an actual pedophile that picked up kids, they have no shame. So I wanted to show like what was so sad. I gotta be careful. They're gonna try to stimulate me, and I can already feel the stimulation. That's when they do their thing. So I'm on YouTube. Um, Let me see. I'm on YouTube, and it's crazy. They try to find something for me to look at in a sexual way. And I'm on YouTube, and uh, I see this right. I don't know if you can see. And you hear the noise campaign. They try to intimidate me into accepting this, and you see this here, right? And you see these girls, right? They look young, but it's hard to give an age, a specific age, especially the one on the side, right? Very skinny. But she's like, I don't know. This picture is not showing a lot. Like it's not showing her fully, right? It's like saying, how old would you guess her? He's like, I don't know, like late teenish or like you don't know. There's not much to kind of, but they try to give me a lot of stimulation toward that picture, right? And then you see her here. Oh, now that it looks like a kid, right? There's this picture and this picture. They start like, oh my gosh, you see oh yeah, you see you, and then now try to force me to get stimulation toward this picture just to create something. So then when I'm looking at a picture of her like this, you know, kind of very slim kid looking. I think she looked like I didn't even like she looked like a kid to me because she looked like a kid. She looked very on the slim side, very slim, very very slim. Um, but they were really trying to push this part here. This not, even here, I will not. She really look very very skinny. But they're trying to find anything like her knee to try to create something sexual because in this picture it's harder to tell her age. But they try to find something to make me be stimulated or literally stimulate me. Eh, And then you see here when you can clearly see that she's a kid and try to force you to see we proved it. These people are disgusting. This is the life I live, and this is what they try to make me subscribe to. Till my last breath, I will never subscribe to this. But this is the life they do. They tell me how I'm gonna be surrounded. They're gonna, how you gonna be the food. Like they tell me all the torture that I'm gonna experience based on what they're gonna do to me. They're gonna frame me. They're gonna do this and that, and and I'm gonna get castrated. All of that, and they're like, "Oh, we feel bad." It's like I actually don't want you to feel bad. To be honest, I don't want you to feel bad. Like it felt weird when they said, "Oh my gosh," it feels like, "Oh, no, don't do that." No, don't do that. You're disgusting. So to all my target individual, stay strong. You know, justice will be done. I know. And for whatever they've done to us, all the torment, these people are just the bottom feeders. For me, when I pray, I just pray that the people who put me in here, the people who I don't know, like I think the life could be very good for them still. It's the people I pray that justice is done. These bottom feeders, look at what they're doing with their life. I can reassure you, the people who put me in this program, he's doing living his best life, not even caring about me. Or this trash here live day in and day out to delude themselves in this retardation of their life. What can I even speak about a pedophile that picked up kids and they're here to force me to give like stimulation to this very, very, very malnourished looking person? It's crazy. To all my target individuals, stay strong. Nobody's perfect, and by the way, I don't mean to insult her. It's just like I just don't want, like, I don't want to insult her. Like, listen, there's nothing wrong. Well, it is some. It looks like she is on. She needs to. But my point is, it's just that's how nasty they are. And to them, it's like, oh, we're just mean because we do that. So it's like, listen, you're more than just mean. You're trash. You're trash. And the funny part is like, you guys are filled with pedophiles in these agencies. What they do to counter is, are we gonna part you? When they're gonna do things to countering reality? Yes, you're gonna part me, and you're part of these entities that are filled with pedophiles. You see, there's no escaping reality. To all target individuals, stay strong.